Come on in and grab a drink. Talk about anything. Grab a cigar, just sit right down, all family here. Let's go! Welcome to the show. Drinks and Dave. Drinks and Dave. Welcome to the show.
Crazy world that we are on. And welcome.
Hey, Dave.
And yes, right out of the gate, Major Rich says he should go pee before he starts. Well, by the end of this, everybody will be floating, I think.
Too late. You know, this is going to make us a lot of money, though. Drinks will be watered down tonight.
Yeah, I can't have a cigar. Dave said I couldn't have a cigar, so I'm bummed.
But you already did, so...
Well, yeah, but that's not the point. Part of this is to be smoking. And I can't, there's two things. I can't ask you what you're smoking, and I can't ask you what you're drinking because obviously it'll be right here.
Yeah.
So
So
what's going on? How was your week?
Last week was not. Yeah, we were supposed to do this last week.
Yes.
And the anticipation just built and built and built. So look, we got 8 people here to watch us taste water. If that says nothing about the anticipation. Yeah.
Well, and we also have a special guest, do we not?
We do. Over that direction here, my lovely wife, off camera, more recently starred in our scent videos on Nurse Dave's Shaving World as off-camera wife, now moving over to Drinks and Dave's as off-camera wife. Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is she had absolutely nothing to do this evening.
That's right.
And I was going to try to have Tiglily here. She's saying hello, but she's too busy sitting in the den having a latte.
She's totally unwilling to sit next to you is what I hear.
Basically, that's exactly what you're hearing. Yes, correct. But in our anticipation, we were excited because we're going to get to visit you guys here in June coming up. So
right on.
A quick program note to everybody while we've got everybody here. We will not go ahead. What?
Take note. I'm letting them know.
Take note.
Take note.
We will not be having a show for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We will not. We're going on hiatus because one of us is doing nothing and the other one is going on a cruise again. But this is a special cruise.
Again. Oh, look. Once you've seen water, you've seen what?
Yeah, but you're going through the Panama Canal. That's huge. That's
exciting.
That's
almost as exciting as this show.
Yeah.
But it's
waterlogged.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, buddy? We haven't heard about 4x4ing. We haven't heard about
because the Jeep is sick.
Oh,
it's having some PCM computer issues that I'm dealing with right now. So,
yeah, that sounds like you got to pay somebody for that.
No, I just have to get a new PCM or see if I can figure it out. But I like what Wonko said. Yeah, water blog. Wonko the Saint says, as always, I'm here to fill in for Stater and Waldorf.
Yeah, good call. I don't remember their names. It's just the old guys in the balcony.
Yeah, Statler, I think. I can't read.
Statler.
So,
yeah, Statler.
So tell everybody what our show is about today, Dave.
Well, you put it right there in the top, bottled water. So can we start off by, wait, what do you normally drink? Do you do the bottled water, tap water, just scoop it out of the toilet? What do you?
Well, yes, to all three. No, I use our tap water, but I use it after I have hydrogenized it. So it has more hydrogen in it than, and I tried to explain that. I said it doesn't have more atoms of hydrogen. It's just hydrogenated.
Right. Like carbonated is what I learned. But no, it's dissolved gas is what it is.
But no fizz. No fizz.
No. And you don't sound funny after you drink it either, which is kind of a bummer. If you drank hydrogenated water and your voice changed, that would be awesome.
That would be good.
Drink that too.
Well, and the hard part is one half of our household likes to drink water tepid, room temperature. That's boring. Water should be just south of the Antarctic temperature.
Right.
Ice water.
Yes.
But I was also told that by you that we had to drink this tepid or room temperature, because apparently the flavors of water will come through like wine.
That's right. Well, just like everything else, you drink it cold and it mutes the flavors. You drink stuff super hot and it masks the flavors. So we are here for the people. We would, if we bought these and we were drinking them ourselves for enjoyment, they would be cold out of the fridge.
Yes.
But then, again, assumptions being made that any flavor differences would be muted and more difficult to pull out, right? Yeah, this is what I thought of when you said hydrogenated water. It's
H3O. Yeah.
What would that? I'm curious. It would probably be an explosion. What would it be if you forced another hydrogen atom onto that?
Well, I don't. Well, and I will let Tiglily explain.
Dihydrogen oxide.
Well, there's a little glass jar over there that you pour your tap water into, and you press a button, and it starts bubbling. And it's apparently infusing more hydrogen into the water.
You know, it's kind of, we watched this reality show once where this person made their own bottled water and they ran it through something and it went over diamonds and they called it diamond water and it would infused all these magical properties and stuff into it.
See,
Same thing.
There you go. Well, hence the reason why we spent as much as we could have done on scotch with the various waters that we had here.
It was frustratingly expensive. This was more than the Pringles tasting.
It was. And not only that, but it was for me anyways, we had to go on a water hunt. We had to actually hunt down a couple of these bottles at various locations.
Right. So let's address this though, because neither one of us are bottled water fanatics, right? Some people apparently buy cases of this stuff, grab it when they're walking out of their house to drink in the car and all this stuff. And I was telling you before the show, again, I don't know the rationale for this, but you certainly cannot be into ecology and enjoy bottled water. They're polar opposites. If you're buying these plastic bottles instead of, tap water in a lot of the United States is just fine to drink, right? Or if it's a little funky, you get a Brita and filter it in your fridge, and there's your filtered water right there. So,
well, here's a perfect example of that. Our dogs are bougie because when I fill up their water bottle, when they're water bottles, no, they don't do the toilet because we have bleach thingies in there. I right out of the tap here, guys, and they lap it up. My better half has a Brita pitcher that is for them.
You didn't even get her. Oh, okay. I was gonna.
It's filtered
you
water.
Didn't get her own bowl.
Yeah, it's filtered water for. Oh, there's a marketing idea. You pour tap water into a dog bowl. No, into a dog bowl, and it filters the water for the dog. There you go. But to me, the fact that a dog is served filtered water, considering parts of their body that they lick on a regular basis, I think it's kind of academic. It's kind of academic at this point.
They're adding their own electrolytes.
Exactly. I like it. I wasn't interested before, but now I know that you've suffered for your craft. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Zero filters are nice. So
yeah, I mean, so it's weird that you would think, and again, I don't understand the person who's into these, because you would think that the person who's concerned about the quality of water that they're drinking is also about the environment and all that stuff, but you can't be doing it this way, right?
Well, the thought process is also, if you really think about it to the nth degree, is anything can be filtered into drinkable water. Two things. One, BMW came out with a hydrogen-powered vehicle that the exhaust is drinkable water, potable water. The astronauts pee into a system and they filter it out and they drink their own pee. So this is a multi-billion-dollar industry that some people, they won't. I mean, you see it when you go to Costco. People have carts full of this bottled water because they think their water's crap. You and I, on the turn, you flip on the tap and you drink the water. I mean, those of a certain age remember drinking water out of sprinklers on a ball field in a schoolyard, or drinking out of the hose. Because I remember when we were out playing when we were kids, and you said, "Can I have a drink of water?" Your dad would say, "Just turn on the hose. Turn on the hose.
Right.
Drink out of the hose." So, anyways.
Yeah. Well, and that argument, speaking of cruises, comes up from time to time about people saying, "Can I bring bottled water on the cruise? How do you bring it on?" And my answer always is we'll learn. Again, this is Drinks and Daves. This is not just about frivolity. There will be a lot of education involved.
Education. And here's a perfect example. This is our audience.
Uh-huh.
When running around town and need water, it's good to know which choices are best. So we're
that's
going to solve
what this shows. Okay.
We're going to solve that for you, rather than going up to a puddle after a monsoon and lapping it up off the puddle. You know?
Right.
I mean,
and you did that before this show. No longer.
Exactly.
But my answer always was, the ships use reverse osmosis to make the drinkable water for the ship, which is also used in some of these bottled water. So it's just as pure as bottled water, but people think, well, it's not prepackaged, it's not as good for me, yada yada. So
right. Well, but the argument could be made that is the same thing that when people, brew coffee at home versus going and spending $8 for Starbucks. I would never drink home brewed coffee. I have to have Starbucks.
Right. And
it's the same thing. And
speak of PB, I think we need to chastise him. I don't believe he is here on the last show.
No, he was not.
But
but he used to drink water out of his garden hose, but now he went totally bougie and drink Fiji or Icelandic. Why? Dasana is New York sewer water chlorinated. But no, actually, that's not correct. Dasani is actually made by Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia. But you are thinking of one, because there is one here that we will find that is made in New York.
Right.
Is it Essentia? We'll figure it out.
All right. So do we want to start the educational part so we can get to the...
Absolutely. Go right ahead, because we've got 11 waters to go through.
Yeah.
So Drinks and Daves present how water is made.
There you go.
It is 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom.
Just 2.
Making H2O. I said 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. H2O. I got it.
All right.
Types of bottled water. Artesian water. Artesian water comes from an artesian well. The guy's name is George Artesian, but we won't go into that. Which draws water from a confined aquifer, an underground porous rock or sand formation that bears water and is under pressure from the layer of rock or clay above it. The pressure from confining layer forces the water from the aquifer upward. The level of water supply in the artesian well must sit above the uppermost layer of the aquifer. So like in Tucson, we sit on an aquifer. So we have.
So just to point that artesian well is specific. There's something that makes it an artesian well, which I didn't know before this.
Well, George Artesian. I know that.
All right.
Mineral water. Mineral water is the spring water that has at least 250 parts per million, ppm, of total dissolved solids, TDS, in it. These dissolved solids are minerals like calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium, and they must be present in the water at the source, not added later by contrast. Regular spring water has typically 50 parts per million of total dissolved solids. Now, I must say one thing here. When I hear the word total dissolved solids, it's not a pretty sight.
You want to filter those out?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want.
Then finally, we have naturally sparkling water. Naturally sparkling water comes from a spring or artesian well that has natural carbonation in it. The carbonation may be removed during processing and then replaced, but the carbonation levels after replacement must be the same as the level of carbonation at the source. I would assume that would be like Perrier.
And I did. Did you?
And we didn't even think about doing that. Yeah,
you could get carbonated water right out of a well.
I did not know that.
Idea. Yeah,
I didn't. But is that carbonation due to moose farts?
Well, not down that far. It'd be maybe decaying dinosaurs.
Okay, could be. So you're drinking a bubbly velociraptor.
I would buy that water.
Exactly. Types of bottled water. You have purified water. Purified water comes from either a protected underground source or from a municipal drinking water supply, public tap water, and it has been demineralized. treated by one or more several processes to remove dissolved solids. If the water comes from a municipal water source that uses chlorine as a disinfectant, the manufacturer may further treat the water to remove chlorine. Put that back up so I can read it. P-Beat says some people have naturally carbonated water in their hot tub. That is gross, and we won't talk about that anymore. Spring water. Spring water comes from a protected underground water source from which the water flows to the surface on its own. It may be collected either at the surface spring or through a sanitary protected hole drilled directly into the source feeding the springs. If the water is collected through a hole drilled into the source, it has to be exactly the same composition as the water in the surface spring. I am so glad that we don't have any Nestle here, because there is a very controversial subject when it comes to bottled water and Nestle, but that's for another show.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I think this is the biggest difference. I don't remember what the other slides show, but bottled water kind of is split into two categories. The natural, it comes out of the ground. Most of it's naturally filtered and you're just drinking it as is. And the purified water, which, like we talked about, you can make in your refrigerator at home with a, oh, here we go. Never mind. Please continue.
How filtered water is made. Municipal water, purified water. Of the basic types of bottled water, the only one required by definition to undergo further treatment once it's drawn from the source or purchased from the municipal water supply is purified water. Tap water is further filtered to remove impurities, disinfected, and improve taste. Filtration. The water is sent through filters or membranes whose holes will only let through extremely small particles, typically those smaller than 1 micron. Contaminants larger than 1 micron, including many germs and inorganic solids, can't make it through. Distillation. The water is vaporized. Since minerals don't vaporize, all that's left after the vapor recondenses is demineralized water. And then reverse osmosis, as you spoke of earlier, the water is forced through a semi-permeable membrane, not porous enough to let minerals or other contaminants through, and disinfection testing with ozone or UV light to kill microorganisms.
Yeah.
See, this is science. This is science.
To PB's point, it's not just chlorinated New York water. They would have to filter the New York water, and then they could possibly chlorinate and take it back out. But you can't just run your tap into a bottle and then sell it. Right. It's got to be, you quote, purified. You got to.
But that brings up a question. So if you take your tap water, so in other words, tomorrow, if you take your tap water and run it through
your Brita,
or if you run it through your AeroPress, would that now be considered purified water?
Sure.
Exactly.
You couldn't sell it though.
Okay, here this we have to talk about real quick.
This guy.
So Filico jewelry water is widely considered one of the most expensive bottled waters, with pricing ranging up to $1,390 per liter, originating in Beverly Hills in 2005 and later based in Japan. Anybody who's paying $1,390 for a liter of water needs to be punched in the throat. Sorry. Sorry.
You heard it here first.
That's my opinion. Okay. Examples of purified water. Dasani, which is made by Coca-Cola. Aquafina, which we do not have. The third one we will not mention because that leads to the story that I was talking about them hijacking wells. Essentia, Smart Water, Niagara, and Primo.
Right. So, again, I think some folks just walking into the store, buying based on price and label, don't know that all of these are just basically filtered tap water.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
How spring water is made. Spring water is collected from a natural underground source. This water has naturally filtered through the layers of rock and sandstone. Companies use boreholes to tap into the underground spring. Same filtration and disinfection as municipal bottled water that can then be used. Spring water is tested to ensure it's the same chemically as it is at the source. Examples of spring water. Mountain Valley, Crystal Geyser Alpine, which we have, Poland Spring, Evian, which we have, Proud Source, Arrowhead Mountain Spring, which we have, Fiji, We have that. Icelandic, we have that, and we do not have liquid death.
No.
What are you paying for? So as the little chart shows, economic cost, retail average is $1.29. That's not what we paid. Trust me. The cost of water itself is less than 0.001%. Production costs are 10%. That's huge.
You don't need to go through all this. It's just to show that basically you're paying for less than a penny's worth of water.
Yeah,
right?
because you figure 10, 15, 35, 40. So 70% of your dollar is roughly going towards the water.
Right. And again, to get back to the whole ecology of this thing, it's not just making of the plastic bottle and the waste that goes in it. You're paying for the factory that is made to pump water from wherever and filter it and put it
The
in
employees.
put it on the trucks or the ships to get it over here from Iceland. I mean, it's crazy what goes into just
water.
Yeah.
Let's get to tasting.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the things are, is this better or worse than your tap water?
Right.
Can you, if you get any flavors, can you describe the flavors?
Okay.
And then I don't know. We normally do 1 to 5 or something, but I just think better or worse than your tap water. Maybe we should leave it at
that works for me.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So smart water, municipal water, vapor distilled, added calcium chloride, added magnesium chloride, and added potassium bicarbonate. So, but we have to taste our tap water first.
Tap water, okay. So, and that's the point I see with some of these heavily filtrated waters, is they're putting back in the minerals that they filter out that you would get with natural spring waters, right?
Correct.
Okay, so my tap water tastes like nothing.
Okay, well, let's talk about smart water too. It also, well, basically you said it, vapor distilled, electrolytes. Oh, electrolytes added for taste, purely balanced pH, although it does not say on the bottle what the pH is. And this is made for Glacio in Atlanta, Georgia. It does not say where the spring is. Yeah.
I will say, so I mentioned to you before the show when I poured my tap water that our tap water it has a scent to it. It doesn't smell bad, but you can smell it. This doesn't have a smell.
No, in fact, remember I was talking before the show that it had that viscosity would be an issue, and I think viscosity may be the wrong word, but there's a soft. If you take a sip of your tap water and then you take a sip of this, the smart water, because of the electrolytes and because of that, there's a texture difference, in my opinion.
I think you're up in your head, but that's okay. Because there's got to be electrolytes.
It's soft. It's soft. Yeah, but it's softer on the tongue.
Oh, is it? Does it dance along your palate?
No, it's just different. It's just different.
Okay.
And yes, Tigley, the balanced pH should be around 7.
That's neutral pH.
Yes.
And we'll talk more about that as you get into some of this.
I don't get any taste at all. I don't get any smell at all. It's just tastes like clean water. That basically is.
Yes. Does that what your tap water tastes like? Just clean water?
No, there is a little bit of an aftertaste. Actually, take a taste of your tap water.
We
now.
have different tap water, Dave.
Well, yeah, but it's just an opinion. It's not like we're doing a scientific paper. So see, after you've tasted the smart water, take a sip of your regular water and tell me what you think. If you can tell a difference, you should be able to tell a difference.
I don't. That's what I was getting at.
How about our expert off camera?
I do.
What's the difference? Speak up. What's the difference?
I think the smart water tastes a lot more lighter and fresher.
Yes.
Than the tap water.
Lighter and fresher. Crisper.
See?
Crisper. All right.
Do you want to switch seats with her by chance? Or?
All right, Dave. Are you smarter now? We've had the smart water.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I've drank it before.
So who mentioned it? I think Eric was like, you got, or no, was it Tig when you're out and about and you need to buy water? So this would be that, right? It's one of the cheaper ones.
Mhm.
Fresh, cool, clear. All right, moving on.
We've bought it before, and it's much better cold.
Smart water is actually one of my favorite waters.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Well, hold
Okay.
on to your pants because we got a lot more to go here.
Okay, Dasani. Again, this one is bottled by Coca-Cola. It's the only one we have that's bottled by a cola company, and this is purified water, magnesium, potassium chloride, basically a lot of the same stuff, except this one is ozone disinfectant.
And I couldn't find where the source of this one was.
No, it didn't. It doesn't say it on the thing. But it is an official partner of the federal or the World Soccer thing, FIFA. So that's got to be something.
Does this one have a smell to you? A scent? Like a little sweet note, maybe?
Actually, you know what? Believe it or not, the first thing I got of it was like 7-Up, like a
yeah,
like
weird, huh?
Yeah. And mine is a little. Mine actually has particulates in it,
Bubbles?
meaning bubbles. Yeah, where the other one didn't.
That's true.
It's probably because it's bottled in the same plant as Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. It's soaking in the cola smell.
Now, see, I have a taste in this one. Not that it's a bad taste, but there is a taste.
It's not as crisp.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Did you find what the pH was on this by chance?
I didn't look them up really
Here,
for any of them.
here's a perfect example. Go ahead and small screen that for a minute. So you can, get the. So if you look here, this is the Dasani, and you can see a clear difference between the Smart Water and the Dasani, because with the green screen that I have, you can see right through the Smart Water, and you actually have a cloudy, but it's not cloudy as in nasties. It's bubbles. It's very small micro bubbles.
Yeah. So I wonder if there are more. So we were talking about before this about how pure vodka should have no taste to it, and you're tasting the impurities brand to brand. And same with this, like pure water. First of all, you shouldn't drink just pure H2O. That's bad for your body. But what you're likely tasting is a difference in mineral content.
Yeah, because to me, the Smart Water tastes clean, refreshing, and there's no residual on your tongue. But with the Dasani, there's I don't want to say it's an aftertaste, but it's almost got a rocky. It dries your mouth out. Believe it or not, to me,
it tastes like warm water to me. I don't like that. One needs to be cold. Smart Water was crisp enough. It didn't remind me I'm drinking warm water.
Yeah, that's interesting because Dasani is also one of the most. I wonder if that's the ozone disinfection.
Who knows? Who knows? All right.
What is the boss? What does the boss think of that one?
She said it tastes like our tap water.
Okay. All right. Now this one, Path, municipal water from Los Angeles. Oh, I'm excited about this one.
She doesn't that.
Why this was one of this was one of the most expensive ones too.
It's a metal. It's a metal. So if you're into ecology,
you could reuse this.
But that's what's weird is that you're buying a metal refillable bottle, but it doesn't do the company any good if you just keep refilling this thing.
Right.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But again, this was one of the most. And it has a little line that says that you can sign your name. If you look on the bottle, you can sign your name, and it says refill it.
I wonder.
Hashtag refill it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we read all that. Oh, no, we didn't. Municipal water from Los Angeles, purified, reverse osmosis filtered, added calcium, added magnesium, added potassium bicarbonate. Now, one thing I noticed about the Path, again, it is perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. So let's see.
So just functionality wise, besides a metal bottle, which is super cool, it has a really wide mouth to it. So if you want a good chug of cold water, that would be beneficial.
To me, this one tastes almost identical. I don't see a big difference between this and the Smart Water. I don't personally. And from a clarity standpoint, Actually, I take that back. From a clarity
water's clear?
standpoint, the smart water's still a little bit clear.
I'm going back to the smart water.
Yeah, I'm going to try that again too.
No. I would say the path is in between the two. And smart water is still the crispest,
Yes.
cleanest tasting.
It's the most refreshing so far. Okay,
Drinks
now
and Days,
let's
sponsored by Lagavulin and Smart Water.
Okay, now take a taste. Now that we've been through 3, take a taste of your tap water again. I definitely can taste something.
All right, that's it. I'm just buying bottled water from now on. So I'm curious, what is pure? Oh, so PB, what I mean, going back to when I think I was saying pure water, you shouldn't drink it. If it's pure, just oxygen, hydrogen water with nothing else in it, that's deionized water, which because it has no other electrolytes in it, if you drink much of that, it sucks the electrolytes out of your body just through.
In other words, if you were to drink distilled water all the time, I mean, you can drink distilled water, but that's what you're talking about.
You can't, but no, deionized is even like a step beyond that.
Oh,
it's
is
just
okay.
pure. Yeah, right. And I couldn't tell you the difference.
Well, okay, so from a cigar standpoint, we use distilled water. We don't
Yes.
use deionized water.
Right.
Ah, okay, because it takes the moisture out too, I guess.
I don't know.
Okay, Essentia. This is municipal water. It's filtered, reverse osmosis, UV purified, added sodium bicarb, dipotassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride. Now, this is much more alkali. This is a 9.5 if 7 is the, actually on the bottle, it says it's 9.5 or higher.
Right.
And this is actually from France.
So this is a good time to talk about that because there are a few waters that do put the pH on the bottle and advertise it as a healthy thing. And so I researched that. And so 2 things are true. One, it either does nothing at all just because your body, again, this is one of those things where if you know how your body works, it doesn't make any sense. Your body has to have a certain acidity in its blood and all the cells to function properly. And if it gets out of whack, that's why you end up in the ICU. So if you think you're lowering the acidity in your body and that's a good thing, you're wrong.
But here is something that's interesting that I just noticed on the bottle. There is a pH quality guarantee of 9.5% until opened. So what that tells me, well, this is actually, believe it or not, I thought this was from France. It's not. This is actually distributed by Nestle.
Yeah.
Arlington, Virginia.
So this has a scent to it as well.
Yes. But I'm getting that sweet lemony type scent.
Wait, but let me finish. So either the pH just gets neutralized by your body and does absolutely nothing, or in the worst case, it's bad for you because you're guzzling, like if you're working out and just drinking tons of this high pH water, you're neutralizing the acidity in your stomach, which it needs to function properly, and you can screw that up. So high pH either does nothing or it can have a negative effect on your body.
Well, when I look at this bottle and knowing it's from Nestle, which I am not a big fan of for the reasons that we talked about earlier, is that it says it's a 9.5 pH and it's got that written in 4 or 5 places. So those people that have been told that you must drink alkaline water, they're going to jump on this. But I would be willing to bet you, we'd have to test it, that as soon as you open this, the pH is going to balance down to 7 or very close to it. I think it's marketing. It does taste crisper than the other 2.
You think so? I thought it tasted round for some, and I don't know. It's
still not as good as the smart water, in my opinion.
Major Rich, potentially. Look it up. I think they did say, if you have acid reflux, it can help. But again, only to a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
because you don't digest right if you don't have acid in there. That's a whole different issue.
Right.
Um,
Smart water is still sticking out to me the best so far.
for some reason, I like this. I'll hesitate to say flavor. It didn't have flavor, but it had a different texture to me that I like.
So was it like softer on your palate?
It's soft, but still smart water because you want water to be crisp and fresh. I would still go with that one.
Yeah, same with me. I would say it would be number 2. I want to go back to the path for a minute. Yeah, the problem with the path is I would have to drink thousands of gallons of this without my mouth feeling dry, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so right now the Essentia is number 2 to the Smart Water, but the Smart Water is still the best. Okay, shall
What's
we
your
move
favorite
on?
one here?
Yeah, Crystal Geyser from Water Springs from California, Arkansas, Tennessee, South Carolina, and New Hampshire. It's filtered and ozone defective. This is probably the one that 90% of people buy when they go into a Circle K. You know, it's cheap. It's good when it's cold. The one thing that what I hate about this, and I know they do it for environmental purposes, is these bottles. If you squeeze them the wrong way, you're getting wet.
Yeah, they're cheap, thin bottles.
Right.
And so the funny part is as you pointed out, they're from springs all over the place.
Right.
Which shows you the spring water is just water you get from the ground. And then here they filter it. So it's just kind of like municipal water in that it's filtered and then disinfected. It's just this.
Well, but that's Crystal Geyser. What we have is Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring.
Right.
And according to this, it says bottled in at the spring source near the Sierra Nevada mountains, Roxanne, California. So this one is specific.
It depends where you get it from.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't just, if you get Crystal Geyser, it's not just from there. I think it's where you're close to.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't have a smell to me at all.
Mm-mm.
I don't find this any better than my tap water.
Yeah. No, this is not. Again, so I don't know what Smart Water did. Right, it's still the crispest, wateriest tasting. I guess we didn't put down prices, and like you said, this is a cheap one. I think this is cheaper than Smart Water.
It is, yeah, it is.
So,
to me, I just took a taste of my tap water, and it's identical. To me, it tastes the same. So
it's better. Now that we're doing this, I taste a little off notes in our tap water.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me though, the Crystal Geyser and our tap water taste identical for us.
You're fine. Okay.
Ours.
All right, let's get to the good stuff.
Arrowhead, water from 13 natural mountain springs in California, Colorado, and Canada. It's filtered and minerals are natural from the source. Arrowhead, I would argue, is probably one of the most popular, period. Because not only does Arrowhead have bottled water, but Arrowhead has, we have water distribution, where you get the big, huge bottles and the coolers and stuff. Arrowhead is a monster. And this is, according 100% mountain spring water.
From all over the place.
Let me see. Well, the bottles are 100% recycled. So proudly, this bottle, anyways, is proudly sourced in California from either the Southern Pacific Spring in Riverside County, the Arrowhead Springs in San Bernardino, Long Point Ranch, Running Springs, Palomar Mountain, Granite Springs, California, Deer Mountain Springs, San Bernardino County, or Coyote Springs in Minot County. However, it's by Blue Triton Brands out of Stamford, Connecticut.
This tastes the same as Crystal Geyser to me.
Yeah, no smell. I think for me, it's a little bit softer, but not much.
I'm going back to Smart Water just to make sure. Want to make sure that we're not playing this up in our heads, and it's still better.
Me too.
This is very important work. I'm glad that we're taking this seriously.
Yes, it's crisper. It's crisper. It's just good. I could convert to this real easy.
Yeah. I'm very curious what the difference is. There is a difference.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
You
let's
ready?
move on to
Can we get
Evian.
bougie? Here we
Yes.
go.
This one is the one through France. Water sourced from the French Alps where it filters through glacial rocks for 15 years. And it's bottled at the source with
okay.
no added purification. None.
And this is where you start getting fancy because you got like little mountain ridges on the bottle here.
Yes. And it's 7.2 pH and natural electrolytes. There's nothing added. Again, the color on this one is perfectly clear.
All right. The off-camera wife is sure that we're going to taste a difference with this one.
The only taste difference is this is much softer on the palate. I don't get any smell.
There's no scent.
But it's very, to me, this is like drinking soft water out of a soft water machine. Seems a little thick to me. It's not crisp.
Thick.
Well, yeah,
Is
a
it-
little metal taste?
yes, there you go. A little metallic. But again, this has nothing added. Zero.
Is it
Nada.
the French snootiness coming through, you believe?
It's good. I mean, it's good, but it's not.
Well,
Again,
okay,
I'm gonna go back to smart water again. I got to taste it again just to make
I
sure.
can easily say that I would not pay extra for Evian over anything else we just tasted,
No,
given the assumption that it's probably twice the cost of some of this other stuff.
probably.
It has to get boated over from France, and shocking a hot take. It tastes like water.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think like what Pentea said, there is a little bit of a metallic to it, and I think that's probably from being filtered through French granite, because that's what it's coming out of, is through granite. And it doesn't have an aftertaste, but it doesn't have that crisp, clean, just off your palate. You know, in fact, the smart water, if you could pump this through your house, it would probably be the best stuff for your skin. I mean, it's that good.
And your skin and coat, Dave?
Exactly. Your skin and coat. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's move to Hawaii, shall we?
Here we go.
Okay. Waiakea, water from Hilo, Hawaii, filtered through volcanic rock from the Mauna Loa volcano, high mineral concentration, a hint of sweet. Now on the bottle,
Yeah, it's got all sorts of information on it.
on the bottle, it shows that it's filtered through porous volcanic rock, naturally alkaline, with electrolytes and minerals. They're very impressed with their bottle because the bottles are made of ocean plast, which is 79% less CO2, 85% less energy used, and 99% less water used in making the plastic. And the source on this one is from the Ke'au Aquifer. And so it's snowfall and rain on the pristine summit of Mauna Loa. It's one of the purest environments on Earth, according to this.
So this is where they say they should have a little bit of flavor difference because of the high mineral content.
Well, yeah, they say it has a note of sweet. Plus,
Oh my gosh. Did you smell it yet?
Not yet. It is, I will say this, it is the clearest of, if you even if you compare the smart water and this one seems to be the cleanest. So, oh wow, I think that smells really sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's almost like a lemon lime. Almost. That's what I get.
Nice.
It's crisp.
It's weird. It's you can taste something, but I would hesitate to.
To me, it
thicker.
seems citrusy, but I know it's not citrus.
I'm curious now with this one. smells.
No,
tastes
you know
like
what it
ice
is?
cold.
It tastes tropical.
You're not lying. This is not
It
just
tastes
like
tropical.
What do you think?
Yeah, and CSPB
You get
says
nothing?
Uncle Johnny Hooey
You get
Hoo
nothing.
bottles it in his backyard in Hilo. But actually, if they're bottling it, if it comes off of Mauna Loa through the snow and through the volcanic rock, and there's an aquifer near Hilo, Hilo is known as the big botanical area of the big island of Hawaii. So you could be getting
Well,
some decomposed flowers or stuff in it. No, I'm just
I
saying,
don't
I don't know.
well, but in theory, it's going through all this rock and stuff, right? So it should be whatever's in the rock. But this is the only one so far that's distinctively different.
I like that. I actually like it.
Yeah.
Very new, very good. Okay,
Okay,
back
so
to
wait.
I'm going back
If-
to the tap water again just to see. Yeah, I'm
If
starting to
you-
realize that our tap water sucks.
If you were driving and it was hot, first of all, I would almost die of thirst before I stopped and buy bottled water before I get home. But if you were to buy a bottle of water from the 7-Eleven fridge, would you pay
Mhm.
double for the Hawaiian water over, say, Crystal Geyser or Arrowhead?
Well, I'm going to throw a wrench in it. I'd say I would spend the extra money on the smart water.
Oh, okay. But over the Hawaiian?
Well, the problem is with the Waiakea is it took us 4 stores to even find it. So to me that, I don't know if that's regional or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Do I like the Waiakea? Yes. Is it worth hunting down to have it?
Well, no, if you were in 7-Eleven, these were all in the cold cooler.
Okay.
So yes, you would pick smart water over everything up until now.
Mhm.
Now, if Waiakea was double the price of smart water, would you buy it?
No.
Yeah, it's just water.
No, but it does have it is unique of all the ones we've tried. Okay, Fiji. Now this is probably one of the most popular one on TV. Everybody is using this because they have great marketing. Water from the artesian aquifer in Fiji, filtered through volcanic rock, filtered directly at the source through a sealed process. If that's the case, the Waiakea and the Fiji should taste similar because the processes are almost exact.
Yeah, but it's different. Well,
It's
I
Fiji.
don't know.
Now, back to the Waiakea was the cleanest, clearest and cleanest of them all. Now, Fiji is the same way.
This
Fiji
has no smell whatsoever.
Yeah, and Fiji's got no particulate matter at all. Nothing.
And so this is the one they make. If you go to their website, they make a big point of that it comes out of the aquifer directly into the bottle and basically is completely sealed. So until you open it,
Right.
it's not hitting air or anything from its hundreds of years of going through their volcanic rock.
On the palate, it's a little soft, very clean, still not quite as crisp as the smart water.
I don't know. It's much better than.
It's close to the smart water.
Yeah.
Yes. Very close. But I think to me, it's a little softer on the palate. If I had a choice between the smart water and the Fiji, that'd be a tough call. But remember, the smart water has more stuff in it.
Well, we don't know that. They add the stuff. Fiji, it's
that's what I'm
natural
saying.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They add the stuff because this is vapor distilled and Fiji is not vapor distilled. It's direct.
Right.
And
so
they add
wouldn't it make you feel better knowing that your water has been shipped from this little island in the middle of the Pacific and straight to you?
No. I don't know. I don't have the receipts. I'm not sure what the price was. Difference.
It was
in
not
Fiji.
99 cents.
Right. But Fiji, Fiji water, we've both had it before. In fact, in my barber shop, the steam wand that I use for my shaves, the bottle broke, and the Fiji water bottle was the only one that worked. So that gives a plus to Fiji.
Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth. I went back to smart water, and it's weird because smart water tasted a little bit sweet now. compared to the Fiji.
Yeah, to me, the Smart Water just tastes perfectly clean. But the Fiji and the Smart Water are close. I would agree with that. Okay, so now we're moving on to our most obscure.
Here we go. Better than he'd just buy a bottle of Dr. Pepper. This is not. You think this is all over the place here, Dave?
What, Fiji?
No, you said the most obscure.
Well,
Voss.
yeah, we don't see Voss that often. So
No.
Voss is water from an artesian aquifer in southern Norway, naturally filtered, so there's nothing added.
Now these
And-
bottles again.
Beautiful bottle.
It's glass,
It's glass,
and
which means we didn't even bring that up because in the shaving world, if you buy an aftershave, granted it's got alcohol and stuff in it, if you buy it in plastic, traditionally you want to distill that in glass to prevent the outgassing from the plastic. So we have to wonder if there is any type of plastic leaching into any of the plastic bottles because Voss is the only one in glass. So if that holds true, then this should possibly taste the cleanest. Just a guess.
interesting story. So the idea for this show came upon me running across a YouTube video talking about differences in bottled water. They said Voss, the guy came up with the bottling, the packaging first, and then found water to stick in it.
This is another interesting thing. This is the only one out of any of the bottles that if you look on the top, there's a sticker that says still. Do you have that on yours?
No, but they do sell a sparkling. I know that.
Well, no, this one says still. Reject if the safety seal is broken.
Yeah.
And it shows expiration 11/19 of 27. So there's an expiry date. Produced 11/19 of 2025 at 20:43 hours. So
Well,
this-
that's weird, Dave. States apart, our production date is the same.
Oh, sure, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
You don't think so? Don't
But
you
see,
think the
what's
bottle
funny-
is every day?
Is to B Beats thing. And yes, neither Dave has had to pursue a potty break, although we talked about an intermission, but we're almost done. But interesting what P-Beat says. You can check them out at www.vosswaterusa, store in a cool, dry place out of sunlight, distributed by Voss Production of America's New York, product of Norway. And this packaging is trademarked. Okay.
I think I might have a winner on which one tastes the cleanest. What do you think over there?
It's a good one.
Ooh. I got to go back to Smart Water for a second.
Although, if I think probably because of the packaging, if not the most expensive, this one was up there, right?
Yeah.
And you're shipping this glass all over the place. So again, if you care about the environment,
But
you
see,
wanna stick the bottle in your
but-
backpack.
But does that bring up the point that we talked about a plastic entering, how all plastic will outgas for a certain point. But I think you're right. But if you look
Recyclable.
at the clarity of the Voss, at least in this glass, there's bubbles in here. In mine.
You know what? So twice now I've gone back to Smart Water, and the Smart Water is a little sweet, which is weird because I didn't get that when we started.
But again, the Smart Water is the only one that adds electrolytes for taste. Plus, they're the only one out of all these that's vapor distilled, I believe. So I wonder if the Smart Water is vapor distilled and electrolytes added to give you the flavor of a naturally spring water.
Yeah.
So because
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
think it would taste very. You would notice it's bland without it in there.
Yeah, if I was to do a blind taste test between the Voss and the Smart Water, I'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. I don't know what you guys think, but
I like
like
the
it.
Voss better. But again, I wish we would have put pricing down because I bet the Voss is probably 4 times the price.
Well, let's find out.
So, PB wants to know about a thermos or something. You mean so it tastes like you pour it in the thermos, you let it sit in your lunchbox for half a day so you get kind of the warm metallic flavoring of. I think that would equalize any of these.
Okay, now I'm just using Walmart as a thing, and they're 850 milliliter, which I think that's what this is.
That's
800, yeah, is $2.67. But
Voss?
what's in? Yes, but that's not what I
Wow.
don't think that's what I paid. But here's what's interesting: Voss water has 500 milliliter PET bottles that you can buy to put your own water in.
If you want the cool shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. The most anticipated.
Wait.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
guess what? Guess who owns Voss?
Coke?
It was just sold to Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Oh, well, if there was never a reason to get it before, there is now.
Now, this is the one that both of us were most excited about, I think. So go ahead and
Yes.
switch the slide. This is Icelandic. Now, we already have a big fan of it, PB. So Icelandic water is from the Oifus Spring in southwest Iceland, filtered through volcanic rock for centuries, and it has a naturally high pH of 8.4. So basically, it says 5,000 years ago. So basically, Loki could have drank out of this.
This better be just, I'm expecting stars.
Very clean, very clear, no bubbles at
Glitter
all.
on my
Nothing.
tongue.
No, well, I get a little
And
sweetness.
Dave, if you notice, when you pull the top off, it's got kind of like a little retention thing on the back side there so you don't lose the cap. That's a very nice touch too.
Okay.
No smell.
Very crisp. Very crisp.
I'm trying to figure, is it crisp or is it crisp with a touch of sweetness?
I'm not getting any sweetness, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
What says you?
I think it's up there with the Smart Water.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drink of the Iceland, a drink of the Voss, and a drink of the Smart Water. Because I think we would agree those are our 3 top, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here's a Smart Water.
That's a good one. So again, kind of like the vodka, the first question we were asking is there a difference? And the answer is yes. The second question would be is it better or worse than our tap water?
Yes.
And we found some we like better than our tap water. Dude, there is something going on with the Smart Water now. Again, there's like this unnatural sweetness and I was there with you when we first tasted it. It was crisp. It tasted cold even at room temperature. It was great. Now I'm going back and it tastes artificial.
It's got to be the electrolytes. Because Icelandic and Voss do not have added electrolytes.
Yep, Dave, they're in there. They've got electrolytes in there.
Well, but natural ones, not added ones.
Right.
Well, I have my verdict. And what is the cost of Icelandic?
Well, it was $8 in the airport when I had it a couple of weeks ago. For a friend of one.
Okay, at Target it is $1.19. At Safeway it's $2.50. Son of a bitch! I should have gone to Target. $3 at Sprouts. It's all over the place.
Well,
$3.79 at Safeway. I would have, and this is just my opinion, I would put Icelandic first. I would put Smart Water second. I'd put Voss third. That's my.
So I am off of the Smart Water now. I'm off the Smart Water train.
But is Pantea still on the Smart Water train?
Yeah.
Have you gone? Are you going back and have you tried it again?
I'll have it again, but Smart Water is always in my food.
Yeah, it was weird. It totally switched for me halfway through. Yeah, I have to tell you, Icelandic and Voss are pretty much neck and neck for me. And they're both my favorite.
I've got to go back to the Path because I just like the bottle.
Yeah, I went back to Fiji again compared to Voss and Icelandic. And it's hard to, it would be nice to do something like this completely blind, right? Because we built up, those were the final ones. We know they're, although Fiji, I mean, that's from Fiji, but.
Smart Water Fiji.
You know, the other thing about Smart Water that puts it second for me, I mean, if purely by taste and by crispness, I would go Icelandic. But by virtue of the crispness, I would go with Smart Water and availability and cost.
Okay.
Because you walk into any Circle K, you're going to see Smart Water. Yeah. Any QT, you're going to see a Smart Water. Icelandic, you don't see that often in Voss. I mean, we had it in Safeway, but for the bottle, that bottle ain't going to go anywhere once this is gone. I'll use it for something else.
Yeah.
Because it's just neat. And you know, it's funny to go back and taste the Path. It tastes different to me the last time I tasted it.
Well, that's what's weird. I went back and tasted the Hawaiian one, and compared to the super crisp, clean ones, it really stands out as having a flavor.
Right. I agree.
P-Beat's mad at you about something. I don't know.
What? I could have made this show much shorter if you had taken my advice. And what? Go straight to the Icelandic, right? Is that what you're saying, PB?
I thought maybe he meant shipping you oysters again in the mail. The Path is nice and clear. You know, the reality, can we say maybe the reality is for most of these, if you drank it not next to another one of them, and they were, that's the thing, if they were cold, would you even notice the difference? We really had to go back and forth and all this stuff. There wasn't one that we tasted. Every other tasting we've had, we've been like, oh, that's awful.
Right.
That's terrible. This freaking water.
The only one that had a definitive taste difference,
the Hawaiian one,
was the Hawaiian one.
Yes.
Right. It's got a sweetness
and
to it.
I went back to it. I like the smell, but if I wanted cold, clear water, that would be like, what's wrong with this one?
Now, if we were on a very hot day in the middle of summer and you're out doing yard work, which would be the better one in your body? I'm thinking it's going to be the Smart Water because of the added electrolytes, not the natural ones, but the added ones. So I guess if I was to encompass all of that, what was going to taste better cold? What was going to taste better on ice? What was the availability of it? I'd have to give the nod to Smart Water for me. Although I like the other two. Yeah. Now, if they made Smart Water in a glass bottle, hands down, done.
So what you do, you've got the Voss, you just refill it with your Smart Water.
There you go. Oh,
you're going to look bougie.
Well, first of all, okay, for PB, the truth is if you're golfing and it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit, bottled water is refreshing. Great show, but always water is water. Well, first of all, drinking water while you're playing golf is just stupid. You should be drinking beer or scotch or something to get you drunk to take your mind off of golf. Because I quit playing golf because of the frustration of that. Yeah, water is water, but there is some distinctive differences in my opinion.
And it just as always, there's nothing else. It was interesting for us, right? The question was, would we be able to taste differences between all these?
Mhm.
The answer is yes. Does it equate to the price difference people pay for some of this stuff? I think they're off the rocker.
No. Yeah.
If you're going to be paying 4 or 5 times as much for, this one's a little bit crisper.
Well, PB,
Yeah.
that's for another show, because if you have to pee, you need water. Yes, unless you're more worried about the concentration of your pee. Then you have to, but that's for another show. Okay, so before we go, let's talk about packaging, because that's important. Your eyes see what you want to buy.
Yes.
Voss wins the
Right.
packaging, in my opinion. Voss wins it.
Yes.
Case closed.
Case
However, Smart Water, this is marketing, because if you're sitting there at a big counter full of waters, do you grab the Arrowhead, or do you have the one saying, "Hey, dude, you want to drink me? I'm the Smart
I don't
Water."
like their packaging, Dave.
You don't like the Smart Water packaging?
I don't like the name, because it's like, I always figured that they like have vitamins in there or some other kind of BS. And the other thing I don't like I can't even open these little new flip top things that you wrap your lips all around and stuff.
See, I didn't have that, because I have the Monster. I have the
I
bottle,
see.
so I didn't get that one.
But I have this on what the
Arrowhead
plus sign, the Crystal Geyser, the Arrowhead.
Oh yeah, I don't have any of those.
Any of these, you're just pulling. I'm like, how much am I paying for this thing that I'm unscrewing? And so, couldn't even.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So we've got our top 3, and it could be, like you said, water is water. Now let's talk about our bottom of the barrel. To me, Dasani is the bottom of the barrel.
Agreed.
There's no, to me, there's no redeeming quality for Dasani.
I'm gonna Essentia. I recall that being weird too, though.
What?
Not bad.
Let's see, and then we got to get going.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a little aftertaste to it. I'm not enjoying that one.
No.
Whatever the hell.
The Essentia, I would never buy. I would never buy. The Path, I don't know. I'm a sucker. I guess it's because I'm an Apple person. I'm a sucker for white and gray, because all of Apple packaging comes that way.
All right.
So,
all right.
Well, let's any final questions from anybody out in the barflies? And we want to thank Pantea for being our special off-camera guest and adding some colorful. And besides, I'm kissing up to her because I know that her dad makes Persian food, but that's for another time.
So the P-Beats point, Fiji, the Hawaiian one, and Icelandic are all square bottles. So you might say for efficiency, if you're packing these for your earthquake survival kit, you can fit more water per square inch with this square.
Well, and of course, I can't argue with Fiji, because Fiji is actually supplying the distilled water that goes in my steam machine right now. So
there you go. You need to advertise that on your website. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that was interesting. I had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have.
Whew. Okay.
And so we agreed then that Icelandic, Voss, and Smart Water are top tier.
Best for watering plant. The stuff out of your tap.
Well, I can guarantee you the Dasani is going on a plant or in the dog bowl. The Essentia is probably going in the dog bowl, because that's good for them. The Arrowhead and the Crystal Geyser, I don't know where it's going to go. So, anyways, I think that's it. So, anyhow, just a reminder, guys, if you have any show ideas, we put it up every time, but we very rarely get any emails. Let us know if you want us to do something. And then also don't forget that we will not be here for the next 2 weeks. So that means our next show will be on, make sure I have this right. If I'm looking at this right, Dave, it'll be on the 14th, correct?
Are you looking at it right?
Yeah. Because the 31st and the 7th, the 14th, or would it be the 21st?
21st.
Okay. So our next show will be on the 21st of April. And we're not sure what that show is going to be. It might be about hot dogs. And here's a question.
Yay.
Here's a question to ponder for the next couple of weeks, guys. Does ketchup, don't answer now, does ketchup belong on a hot dog? Just discuss.
Oh,
Better than your bottled water.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And Dave, thank you so much. I hope you and Pantea have a wonderful, safe time on the boat.
Thanks,
And we'll see you next time. Say goodnight, Dave.
Night, Dave.